What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome to Let's Play Persona 5 Royal, the enhanced remake of Persona 5, released earlier this year in 2020. Now, you might be kind of wondering, well, wait a minute, Destro, you already Let's Played Persona 5. Well, if you'll recall at the end of that series, I did say that I wanted to go over the stuff that Royal introduces. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing. Royal introduces a lot of new additions and changes to the original Persona 5 game. There's a bunch of new characters, new events, changes in various events and mechanics, and we're going to be going over those things. Now, this isn't going to be like what I did with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, since that was just one new area that they basically introduced. No, Royal does a lot. And I'm not going to be doing this as a traditional Persona 5 Let's Play. Because the original Persona 5 is already the longest series on this channel, doing an expanded version would be insane, and would basically mean another 1.5 to 2 years of just doing Persona 5 stuff. So, we're going to be jumping over a lot of some of the old content that didn't really change. However, this is still going to be pretty meaty. There is a lot that this game introduces and changes. So, while this won't be a traditional Let's Play in kind of going through the regular events, I am going to be talking about a lot of things that the original Persona 5 game did. So, if kind of, heads up, I will be talking about any sort of spoilers very freely of the original Persona 5 game. So make sure you've at least seen my previous Let's Play or know about the Persona 5 plot going into this. Because of this, it's also going to be a little bit different. We are going to be essentially doing a new game plus run. So I'll also be kind of introducing things that are unique to New Game Plus, while going over a lot of the various things that are new. Again, we'll be jumping around quite a bit, and I will make notice of a bunch of different changes and things that would be helpful on a first run-through. But this is going to be a New Game Plus run, and like I said, we will be jumping through quite a lot of some of the old content, specifically the regular confidants. Although there's also a lot of new stuff that's kind of intertwined with the regular confidants, but we'll get into that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin a new game. Also, there is quite a lot of DLC. And the game also basically gives you all of the old DLC from the original Persona 5 game. So we can go over that stuff too. Including all of the old new Personas. So that'll be fun. Okay, and this is new to me. So, New Game Plus, the things that are carried over are the compendium as well as the analysis information that we have gotten from other sort of bosses and whatnot. Social stats are also retained, any HP and SP increases, as well as, any effects from the Jazz Club. If you don't know what that means, we'll get into that when we get there. As well as, oh wow, that is a lot of things that are carried over. All equipment, the gun customizations, all skill cards, the dart set, all fishing poles, the eternal pick, as well as all my cash. Challenge battle scores, all the stamps, as well as my total playtime. Wow, there's a lot that's carried over from New Game Plus. A lot more than I was anticipating, actually. As well as the Christmas present and the farewell present, but that I already knew was carried over. Neat.
This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game. The contract has been sealed. The world is not as it should be. It's filled with distortion, and ruin can no longer be avoided. Those who oppose fate and desire change. From time to time, they were referred to as tricksters. You are the trickster. Now is the time to rise against the abyss of distortion.
There's something here. Hey, up there! He's here. Moving immediately.
Good. Now get running!
This is our only chance.
Stay calm. You can get away now. We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end. What was that? Don't worry about us. Just concentrate on getting away.
So yeah, the beginning portion isn't much different, although you can definitely see that
Showing yourself above that crowd earlier
it
was
looks
excellent.
a lot better than the original version. There's so much more detail, so much more colors. It's impressive just how much even just this area changes compared to how it looked in the original PS3 version. Keep in mind, the original version was pretty much optimized for the PS3, whereas this is a PS4 exclusive, so they at least had a lot more power to work with.
Just run! Get out of there!
So let's just go ahead and get the heck out of here. The beginning portion is mostly the same, but we'll go through it anyway.
Stop right there! You won't get away.
Take him down, Joker! Comparing power levels
Okay, so again, not really a whole lot different compared to the original version. Still basically have to fight off a Malok.
Ravage them!
Use route B. Hold on before their backup gets here.
So yeah, not really much of a problem.
Good. You defeated them with ease. More of them? Be careful!
Ah, crap.
Joker, behind you! Go through that door!
You got it.
You should be able to get out that way. Hurry!
Dude, can he even hear us?
Don't worry. I'm picking up everyone's voices. Just go, Joker! Hmm? Wait a sec.
What's up?
I'm getting a weird reading heading your way. Come on, run!
Weird reading. Well, not like that matters. Gotta get out of here as fast as possible. Again.
Where'd they go, damn it? I can't confirm the intruder's location.
So, yeah.
Huh? What?
Uh-oh. So yeah, again, not anything different from before. But this area is a little bit different. Up. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. So, nifty new tool. Bit different from last time we went through this area in the original Let's Play. Well, let's keep going then.
Joker, stop!
Huh?
It's an enemy right near you!
Crap! Double
Even
crap.
you can't take on this many. Huh? Joker, that weird reading from earlier is closing in on you too!
I'll end this right now.
Joker, it's her! She's the weird reading I've been getting!
My weak self relied on you so much. That ends today. Let's do this, Senpai!
The enemy readings have decreased? That's...
It's been a while since we last fought side by side. But this time, It's my turn to come to your aid, Senpai. Now let's win this!
Don't let me down, okay? So yes, it seems as though we have a mysterious companion to our side. Well, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
It's time. There.
Gotta take him down as much as possible.
Persona. You're mine. Damn it.
Finish him off!
Check the landing! I think that's the last of them.
Looks like it.
I genuinely have no clue what just happened, but I take it you're okay?
I'm fine, thanks.
Wait, bad news. Enemy backup's headed your way. You need to book it right now.
Please go. I'm going to make it harder for them to track you down. You still have something you need to do as a Phantom Thief, right?
I do.
Then I won't stop you. Since I'm not a member of the Phantom Thieves, I'm in no position to interfere. However, please don't forget the promise we made, okay?
I won't. Be careful out there, yeah?
Joker, you need to get out of there. Go, go, go!
Right, can't forget the mission.
All right, let's do it!
So yes, a lot of different changes, and I won't constantly be saying everything about changes and whatnot. It's kind of hard to not notice that, but I will be trying to stick with role-playing from now on. So let's get on going.
He's not alone. Find them and kill them all.
Something wrong? The exit should be up ahead.
Through there.
That's just how it is. After that commotion, the bottom floor is completely closed off. Hey, can you make it?
Over there. There's nowhere to run. See ya.
Huh, what a show-off. You're so reckless, you know that? Enemies here?
What's wrong?
These readings. It can't be.
What happened?
An ambush? Joker, can you handle this?
Joker!
Oh no!
Capture him! Let's go! Go, go, go! Go over there! Stop struggling! Suspect secure!
Didn't expect to find some kid. You have your teammate to thank for this. You were sold out.
Suspect confirmed. Cuff it.
Guess the drug was too strong.
Wake him up.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot? Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Of course not. You're not that reckless.
So you're not that dumb. Which is good. Because we get to take as much time as we need. Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
Damn it. Why is everything so hazy? So now we can, once again, select our difficulty. Now, normally I play Persona games on the normal difficulty. However, since things are going to be a bit different, I am going to be upping the ante and I'll be playing on hard. At least for most of the normal fights. If things start to get a bit much, I can always change it. But aside from maybe some extra bonus fights, I don't anticipate needing to lower the difficulty. Plus, you can change the difficulty at any time as long as you don't put it on safe. So, we'll start off on hard.
You should know your place. Sign here. It's a confession under your name. I see. I need your hand to sign this, but I don't care if you end up losing a leg. Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
And once again, we're at the point where we can name our protagonist. And just like before, we are going to go with the canonical name of the protagonist. Which would be, just like in the previous game, Ren Amamiya. It's the name we had before. We're gonna stick to it.
Excuse me, but this area's off.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
Are you Prosecutor Sai Nijima? I just got off the phone with your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much, though.
Ah, Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long. It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown, after all. We don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand. I didn't expect it'd be you. You'll be answering my questions this time. Those bastards. Can you hear me? It seems you've been through a lot. Almost anything can happen here, and I can't stop them. That's why I need you to answer me honestly. I don't have much time either. What was your objective? Why did you cause such a major incident? I didn't think it was a prank from the get-go, but I couldn't assemble a case for prosecution. It's because I couldn't figure out the method behind it.
Of course you couldn't. I'd honestly be surprised if you could.
True. There's no way I could be convinced of such a world just by reading the reports. It seems you're coherent. When and where did you find out about that world? How is it even possible to steal another's heart? Now, tell me your account of everything. Start from the very beginning.
The very beginning. Huh?
You are held captive, a prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance. This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a possibility open to you. I beg you, please overcome this game and save the world. The key to victory lies within the memories of your bonds. The truth that you and your friends grasped. It all began that day, when the game was started half a year ago. For the sake of your world's future, as well as your own, you must remember.
So that is the first instance in which we're skipping ahead. Normally there would have been a cutscene after that. But, like I said, we're going to be jumping quite a bit and just kind of glossing over elements that we've already seen from the prior Persona 5 game. So, I guess, like I mentioned, this isn't going to be a traditional Let's Play like I mentioned at the very beginning. We're going to focus primarily on all of the new content and elements that have changed. I did want to keep the entire beginning portion, just kind of set the stage, but otherwise we're pretty much going to be jumping around quite a bit. So, the beginning portion really isn't all that much different.
Really?
You will notice that there is another character that we kind of know that's walking by. Blah, 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 blah. We know how to rotate the camera. We know how to talk to people. So again, we are going to be just glossing over a lot of the old content and focusing on the new stuff. It is recommended that you have watched the previous Let's Play, but as long as you know what's happened in the original Persona 5 game, then you'll be fine. Again, I might be talking about stuff that happens in the original Persona 5 game kind of freely, so spoilers at your own risk for the original Persona 5 game. You have been warned. Anyway, going to try to find Sojiro. There is actually some additional content that we've already kind of seen, even with the beginning portion. But the first change that I wanted to bring up actually kind of comes when we go to Sojiro's house. Take a listen. It's not the doorbell, I promise you.
Looks like no one's home. Oh yeah, Sakura-san's usually at his cafe around this time. Well, it belongs in the back alley, so I should make my other deliveries first. Next I need to take this package to...
So, if you'll remember, that scene wasn't voiced previously. So there are instances in which previously available dialogue is now voiced. So anything that might not have had voiced, a voiceover before, has a voiceover now. This isn't true for every single piece of dialogue, obviously, but a lot more dialogue is voiced. I won't be showing that for constantly, because if the only thing that's different from a scene is that it's voiced, whereas before it wasn't voiced, everything else is the same, I won't be showing that necessarily. But do know that there's a lot more voiced dialogue. Anyway, let's enter LeBlanc. Okay, so... again, skipping over various scenes. No sense really, again, showing off a lot of the old stuff here. Not really a whole lot going on. But let's go ahead and start cleaning up the room. I am a little bit less inclined to be skipping over a lot of stuff here at the beginning, but once the game really gets going, then you'll see a lot more jumps.
What the heck? I heard you making all sorts of noise up here, but I didn't think you were cleaning. Actually, the place doesn't look too bad. Though it's only natural you'd want to keep your room tidy. Why don't you go to bed for tonight? You don't have anything better to be doing, right? I'm going to close up shop and get out of here myself. I won't be the one looking after you if you get sick from staying up too late. You got that?
So, kind of in the same vein as the mailman, Sojiro originally didn't voice those lines. So, again, another subtle change that Royal introduces by adding more voice dialogue. Like I mentioned before, we're not going to be showing off all the different instances of new dialogue that is really old dialogue, but now it's voiced. I just want to show off those two, just because those are kind of the more obvious instances of that happening. But otherwise, yeah, no, we're not going to be showing off that as new content. Well, at any rate, we have skipped quite a bit, even though I'm looking at my timer. But let's go ahead and go to sleep for the night, and we'll see what tomorrow has in store.
So you've come to, inmate. The you in reality is currently fast asleep. You are only experiencing this as a dream. You're in the presence of our master. Stand up straight!
Welcome. I am delighted to make your acquaintance. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. I am Igor, the master of this place. Remember it well. I summoned you to speak of important matters. It involves your life as well.
I don't know what the hell you are. Let me out of here!
Know your place,
Ah!
Who do you think you're talking to?
Still, this is a surprise. The state of this room reflects the state of your own heart. To think a prison would appear as such. You truly are a prisoner of fate. In the near future, there is no mistake that ruin awaits you.
Ruin? Wait, are you freaking kidding me?
Haha, worry not. There is a means to oppose such a fate. You must be rehabilitated toward freedom. That is your only means to avoid ruin. Do you have the resolve to challenge the distortion of the world?
I mean, I'd rather avoid ruin, if at all possible.
Allow me to observe the path of your rehabilitation. Pardon me for not introducing the others. To your right is Caroline. To your left, Justine. They serve as wardens here.
Ha! Try and struggle as hard as you like. The duty of wardens is to protect inmates. We are also your collaborators. That is, if you remain obedient.
I shall explain the roles of these two at another occasion. Now then, it seems the night is waning. It is almost time. Take your time to slowly come to understand this place. We will surely meet again, eventually.
Time's up. Now hurry up and go back to sleep.
I might also do some changes in dialogue if they're not super important. Sometimes there might be things that I just kind of go with, just in case, even if they were available in the original game, we didn't really have time to go over, or couldn't because there were just other dialogue options. So there may be more events that we go over, even if they weren't things that we... Even if they were things that we could have done in the original game but didn't end up doing. So, be aware of that as well. This is also just a way of showing off some extra stuff that we didn't get around to the first time we played Persona 5.
Looks like you're up. Well then, let's go introduce ourselves properly to the staff about your transfer. The school you're attending is in the Aoyama district. It'll take a while to get there by train. The transfers are a real hassle, too. I'll drive you there, but just for today. Let's go. Jeez, men aren't usually allowed in my passenger seat.
Alright then.
To reiterate, just so we're clear, you will immediately be expelled if you cause any problems. In my opinion, you're nothing but a liability. But we had our circumstances to consider. Whatever you might have gotten away with in your hometown, those days are over. If you are thrown out from our school, there will be no place for you to go. Keep that in mind. This is the teacher in charge of your class.
I'm Sadayo Kawakami. Here's your student ID.
Huh? Okay.
Be sure to read the school rules. Any violations will send you straight to the guidance office. And if by chance you cause any problems, I won't be able to protect you at all. That is your promise, yes, Principal Kobayakawa?
Mm-hmm. He is responsible for all his actions.
But really though, why me? There should have been better candidates.
It was a sudden transfer, and your class was the only one that had an opening.
If you're done explaining things, mind if we get going? I got a store to get back to.
Sakura-san, please keep a close eye on him. Don't let him cause any trouble outside.
Well, I'll be sure to have a serious talk about the situation he's in.
Come to the faculty office when you arrive at school tomorrow. I'll show you to your classroom.
Ugh, traffic's not moving at all. You're taking the train starting tomorrow. So, how was it? The school, I mean. You think you can manage?
I guess we'll see. It seems fine.
Now listen up. Still, you were expelled once already. To think you'd re-enroll at a different one. It's not like anyone will be sympathetic with you.
I'm well aware of that.
If that's what it was like at school, people might say stuff about me in the future, too. What a troublesome kid I've taken in.
By the way, why did you agree to take me in?
I was asked to do it, and I just happened to agree to it. I've already been paid for it too, after all.
And now, back to today's top stories. A subway train has derailed, severely affecting the timetable across all of...
Oh, another accident? So that's why it's so crowded. There's been a lot of those lately. In fact, there was a real sad one just last month. It happened before you came here.
What happened?
If I remember right, the girl that passed away was only 15.
Oh shit.
Her parents have got to be just...
All traffic around Shibuya Station is being redirected due to the accident, so drivers should expect jam-packed streets.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so a couple differences. Couple little details that might be important, might not. Although, there's a phone ringing downstairs. So, we are pretty close to calling it a day. But there is one other thing that I would like to kind of show that's a little bit different. And actually involves the phone right here.
Hey, it's me.
Who is this?
Have you forgotten my voice already? It's Sakura. Anyway, I closed up shop, but I forgot to flip the sign to closed when I left. It's too much trouble for me to come back just for that. Think you can do it for me?
Sure, but why did you call a public phone?
It's a personal policy of mine not to save a guy's number in my phone.
Ow.
Either way, I'm glad you actually picked up. Anyway, I'll leave the shop sign to you.
So yes, there are actually portraits for characters who give phone calls. There'll be a little bit of like a, I guess, a blurred out background, plus whatever outfit that the character had at the time. It's not just limited to Sojiro though. This is actually true for pretty much any time a character is using the phone to contact us. So, another little change, that is actually kind of important for something a bit later on. But again, just another little added detail that wasn't present in the original game. Anyway, now that we've kind of gone through a lot of the beginning portion, now is about as good a time as any to call it a day. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. This is only the beginning of all the different changes that we're going through. Again, the beginning portion is a lot of like the introduction stuff. It's still a bit slow before we actually get into a lot of the brand new stuff, but there are just slow changes that we will kind of go over the course of the beginning portion of the game. Don't worry, we'll get to the meaty stuff soon. By soon, I mean sooner than you may think, especially considering the pace of the original game, since we are, again, jumping around a lot. Now, I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the rotation cycle. I will say that I do plan on recording quite a lot of these videos in advance, and that's mostly because there's a lot to really go through. Remember, Persona is a freaking long game, and trying to get this up on a consistent time frame, especially with all the different jumps that I'm doing, it's gonna take a while for me to get through everything in kind of a concise manner. But like I said, I'm going to try to get a lot done ahead of time. So by the time you guys see this, I'm kind of planning to already be... Well, my plan was to be through with Futaba's palace by around the point that I start uploading these. Just so that way I have a lot ahead of time, and that way I can go through a lot more of the game quickly. So, at least then I can take my time with it. Wow, I'm making this a lot more confusing than it needs to be. I'm basically recording a lot in advance, that way I have plenty of time to continue doing consistent uploads. Because there's a lot of game to get through, there's going to be a lot of jump cuts, there's a lot of content to go over, and a lot that I'm going to need to basically gloss over. So, that's why I need to record quite a bit in advance, so that way uploads won't be completely sporadic. So, a lot will be pre-recorded. I'm hoping so that way it will kind of be kept up to pace once we actually reach consistently brand new content, which, to avoid spoilers as much as possible, will be when we reach the 3rd semester. But until then, I'm gonna try to keep quite a bit ahead of where the uploads are. So, just so you're aware, I've already made quite a list of notes of what stuff I want to cover, but considering this was just done within my first playthrough, there may be other stuff that I add, such as various events that were available in the original game, but we didn't get to because they weren't necessary or they get in the way of doing confidants. So, there's a lot of stuff to cover. There's a lot of ground to basically go over. And I want to give myself as much time as possible so that way uploads aren't, again, sporadic and all over the place. You get the gist. So, TLDR, I'm going to be recording a lot in the head. So keep that in mind. Anyway, like I said, next time on Let's Play Persona 5 Royal, we are just going to keep on going through our daily life and seeing what else is new with Royal compared to the original game. We're still in the beginning portion. There's still a lot to get through before we get to, you know, the big wider range of Tokyo, but we'll get there soon enough. So until next time, everyone, take care.